Number 236 in the Masters of Cinema collection is The Man Who Laughs. Now, I was really curious about this one, primarily because of its most well-known fact, where the main character, Gwynplaine, looks like the Joker, which I think is very true. He does have that aesthetic that looks like the Joker, but I think that robs the movie of a lot of its power that it actually has. And this is a story that is portrayed as a horror movie, but I don't see it as a horror movie at all. I see it as a sort of drama piece, a study of one character, this Gwynplaine, as we look into it. And we get this backstory of this rebel who rebelled against the king, and the king took retribution on his boy, having him surgically changed so that he forever had this big beaming smile on his face that was just off-putting. He could never change that look. And we jump to later in years where Gwynplaine is growing up. He, at the start of the movie, finds this baby that he looks after and finds a man to look after him, and they form a little family. There is Ursus, who is this playwright who is a travelling entertainer. He uses Gwynplaine and this blind girl who's grown up, Dea, to be his actors of sorts, and they have this nice little family aesthetic, and you get the idea straight away that Gwynplaine is already scarred, not just physically but mentally as well. He's constantly hiding his face, this big smile. He has a terrific, absolutely wonderful performance from the lead actor, Conrad Veidt, who was Cesare in the cabinet of Dr. Caligari, and he has some amazing emotive acting from his eyes. We get Dea, who is blind but who knows the real Gwynplaine and who feels a kinship with him, who loves him, who wants to marry him, but there is such a stripped back confidence within Gwynplaine. He has been stripped of almost everything, that he sees nothing worthwhile in himself because of this scarring that he has, doesn't realise the person that he is, doesn't believe that he is entitled to that relationship and that love that is there for him just waiting. And that's where a lot of the crux of the movie comes in. We then jump to the Queen and her household, where she has this Duchess who was also the sort of like douchebag woman and freaks as well, and she looks like a kind of 1920s Madonna type character. She's just one of these horrible, despicable people who quite often has a malicious giant grin across her face as she watches the carnage that she causes throughout the story. And she is going to have all her property and land taken off her, because it turns out that Gwynplaine is the rightful owner to this, and it's all going to be given to him. So you get these machinations of this small troupe, this small family of performers who all understand and know each other and are comfortable with each other, and then we have the incursion of all, let's say, the regular people, the people who deem themselves to be normal, who are outraged that somebody could even look a little bit different in this world, and they bring out the real horrors in themselves. You have the people who are scarred, who are the most normal people, and you have the so-called normal people who are the most ugly and the most horrendous, who do the most horrible things throughout the movie. And that's the real dichotomy here within this one, and it's the real story of Gwynplaine realising that he deserves to be loved. He can be loved. He has to overcome this scarring that he has and realise that there is a woman who just doesn't care about that. And there is wonderful scenes and direction throughout the movie, but it all comes back to a real emotional core on this one. And this is one of the strongest sort of emotional hearts I've seen within a silent movie as yet. You see these scenes with Veidt as he is breaking down, as he is almost torn asunder by the weight of the despair on his soul, and he has this horrible grin, and these welled up eyes with tears streaming out of them, that is just unbelievably emotive and expressive in the way it comes across. You understand the way he's feeling, the way he is struggling to cope, and you almost want to reach out and just tell him that everything's going to be all right. It follows certain tropes and beats as well, where we have a certain action finale, a race to get to the end, and it's actually quite a nice addition to watch Gwynplaine being chased almost like the monster in Frankenstein, to see him being harassed and chased throughout town, trying to get to what he has suddenly realised, which we realised all along, Dea, the woman that he should be with. And it's just a heartwarming finale to see everything turn out the way you kind of hoped it was going to turn out. I think the makeup effects in this one are pretty spectacular, and I think the fact that this is both linked with the Joker is both a curse and a blessing. It's a curse because it's so much more than just that look. It has a real emotion at the heart of it. It's a real good story to tell at this one. But it's going to shine some light on the movie as well, and it's going to get more people to watch this one, which is possibly a great thing. I think The Man Who Laughs is a real sombre drama piece, a real character study, masquerading as a horror, masquerading as a little bit of an action, as a little bit of a comedy, but it's most definitely a character study, and I think it does it exceptionally well. I was really surprised with this one. Makes me even more excited for Paul Leni's next one, which is Waxwork, which is the next one from Masters of Cinema. It's a silent movie, which I'll definitely be reviewing, and I'd love to know your thoughts on The Man Who Laughs. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.